How good is that? How good is that? It looks so good. Oh my days. This is what it's all about, guys. Merry Christmas from Phil's Corner. Yes guys, this is the last video of 2021 here on this channel. And by the time you're watching this, it's probably a few days from Christmas or not long from Christmas. So if you're celebrating Christmas, I hope you have a good time. If you're not celebrating Christmas, I hope this period is still a restful and enjoyable one for you. I'm really excited for today's video, guys. It's going to be quite a simple one. I'm going to show you everything that I added to my collection. Every purchase, everything I was sent. It's all going to be in this video. This is going to be a whistle-stop tour through a load of beautiful shirts. This will be a bit similar to the video I did at the start of the year, I think it was, when we did a full collection video, but a lot has happened since then. And I think, guys, looking at these shirts today, this has been probably the best year for my collection. Of course, before I go any further, please do subscribe to the channel. I say this every video, but it really is important, and we're not quite at 3K. I was hoping we'd get close to 3,000 subscribers, but maybe we can hit it in this video. If you're not subscribed, if this is your first video, your first time here at Phil's Corner, click the subscribe button. Let's see how close we can get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. But thank you for your support, and indeed thank you to my patrons. Their names are at the bottom of the screen. I want to say a huge thank you to each and every one of them who generously support me on Patreon. If you'd like to find out more about Patreon, how you can support me, and the benefits, the stuff you can get, there's actually a couple of shirts as well, which I'm going to show you, which you can get as part of your support. Check out the link in the description. But guys, let's get to this. Let's get to these shirts. As we go through them, some of them will be in packages, like this one. You know how I often store some of my shirts. I talked about that a bit in the collection video. Others are on hangers, and we'll be doing a top 5. So at the end of the video, I'll be doing a top 5 shirts of the year, or top 5 collection editions, I should say, of the year. We'll spend a bit more time on each of those individually. But yeah, these are all the shirts added to my collection in 2021. We'll start with the Dortmund Special Edition shirt. Now this was a really, really nice Special Edition shirt. I love this one. It's got Bellingham on the back. I'll show a picture on the screen. But I really, really like this. Seeing Dortmund bring back that luminous yellow was great. This was a really fun collaboration shirt between Oof Magazine, Umbro, and a couple of really, really good artists. And I really like this one, so I picked this one up. One of these shirts you could definitely wear to the beach. Next up is this stunning Corinthians shirt. I believe this was their 3rd shirt, and I really like this design, tying back to the origins of the club and the name of the club, the Corinthians team in England. And the design was kind of borrowed from that, and there was a story there. This is also in vaping it as well, so really nice to get that. This Liverpool shirt was a really important addition for me. I don't have many good Liverpool shirts, despite being a Liverpool fan. But this was one of my favourite Liverpool shirts of all time, and I was really happy to get this one in great condition, in my size. And again, as you can see in the close-ups, it's such a gorgeous shirt. It really is. It stood the test of time. Lovely to get an Adidas equipment shirt as well. I think this was my first ever Adidas equipment era shirt, so really happy to get that one. This Inter shirt was another edition. This is, of course, last year's shirt, the Scudetto winning shirt, in vaping it again. And this was an end-of-season sale purchase from the end of last season. Really nice. And I got a Barella name set as well on the back. Staying in Italy, we've got Parma's goalkeeper shirt from this year. And of course, this was bringing back a design from the 90s. I believe this was a Lotto design originally. And with Buffon coming back to Parma, it made a lot of sense to do some retro shirts. So they did this one. They did another special edition goalkeeper shirt as well. So yeah, really enjoyed this one. From Parma with Buffon on the back. Great stuff. And undoubtedly one of the shirts of the year, Denmark's Red Out, all red 3rd shirt. I love this one. Of course, the story behind this was so powerful as well. This was the shirt worn in the first game after Christian Eriksen's collapse in the Euros. And this is an incredible shirt. It looked amazing on the pitch. Bringing back the 1986 Denmark shirt design in an all red aesthetic. Of course, I should say at this point, I don't know if we had a Hummel show yet, I don't think we have. But this year was, of course, very big for me with Behind the Chevrons and getting to work with Hummel. So, yeah, this wasn't connected to Behind the Chevrons particularly, but we did do an episode on Denmark shirts. And certainly now I will look back and think of this year in a lot of positive ways, not least because of my work with Hummel. So, yeah, a shirt like this, or any of the other Hummel shirts we talk about, will have extra special meaning really this year. Let's move on now to some of the shirts on the hangers. Typically speaking, these in my collection are some of the slightly less valuable ones. Not necessarily, there are a few high value ones there. But yeah, we've got a Montserrat shirt. This is a really interesting design, an unusual design, a very bright shaded green with a standout kind of rocky graphic there. A really fun shirt there from manufacturer Bowl. Then we had this lovely Boca Juniors shirt. And many of you guys will know a couple of videos ago, I said I'm going to try and collect as many good Boca Juniors shirts as I can in the next year. So 2022 is going to be all about Boca Juniors for me. Although this year has also been all about Boca Juniors, but I'm going to continue that. And I really like this, and this was an eBay purchase. And this is actually the player issue version of the shirt, so you can see some of the ventilation holes there. Next up is Roma's away shirt, and this was actually sent to me by one of the companies that I do some work with. It's really good to see New Balance taking up another big contract in the Roma deal. And even though this one, it's not my favourite shirt of the year, it has a lot of nice elements and a really interesting set of cuffs. Not for everyone, the kind of slightly over the top sunburst look with an additional section underneath it as well. But I think as a shirt, it has a lot going for it. We're back with Denmark, and this is of course their home shirt from the Euros with Yusuf Poulsen's name and number on the back. You can see there. Lovely shirt. I don't need to tell you about Hummel, guys. If you haven't seen Behind the Chevrons, I mentioned it before, but do go and watch it, my show with Hummel. I'll keep plugging it because I'm very proud of what we did. There's going to be more episodes coming soon in the new year as well. Next up, we have a great heart shirt from the Taylor by Umbro era, and anyone who's been watching my streams, my Phil's Corner live videos, will know a bit more about this. This is one of the shirts we found on that eBay shirt hunting series. One of my cheapest pickups of the year, one of my best bargains of the year. And just great to see a tailored by Umbro shirt because they are really good. They're very quality. And if you ever find any of these on eBay, look out for this logo here, the tailored by Umbro logo. If you ever find them, they're really worth picking up. Next up is this fantastic Gremio shirt. And of course, through my work and partnership with Fanatics, who I've done a lot of work with, I've been able to pick up a lot of Brazilian shirts. This one is one of my favourites. It almost looks a bit like snakeskin. It's kind of crazy blue snakeskin vibe for me, but it's a really gorgeous shirt, especially up close. A lot of nice details. And speaking of bargains, this is one of my most recent purchases. This is actually an Inter Miami shirt, a player issue Inter Miami shirt from TK Maxx, a discount store here in the UK and other places as well. And this was 25 quid. So again, for a player issue shirt, I think even on the label you can see here, yeah, it retails at £110. Of course, MLS shirts are quite pricey, but if you can get them cheaper, they're really worth picking up. And I really like this one. It's got all the player issue details, and with it being Inter Miami's inaugural season, you've got a patch there as well. So it's a really nice shirt with lots of details. Not one I probably would have picked up if it wasn't on sale, but very happy to get that at such a cheap price. This is a shirt which I absolutely love, Fiorentina's home shirt. And I've talked about Fiorentina quite a lot. My first video was about Fiorentina. Many of you will know my love for this crest. And this season, one of the big themes has been a return of a number of retro crests. Fiorentina, Ajax as well, of course. Boca Juniors have done it as well. So a number of teams have been bringing back old designs. But I think just even crest aside, this is a wonderful shirt. The use of red, the band of colour across the middle. It's just an excellent shirt, one of my favourites of the season. So I've already picked this one up. I couldn't even wait to the end of the season. That's how much I like this one. And talking of current season shirts that I couldn't wait to buy, Inter's third shirt. I really wanted to get an Inter shirt. And in particular, I wanted to see the dry fit ADV material. Nike's latest construction, latest technology in the flesh. So I picked up this one. The colours, of course, on this one are fantastic. And yeah, some really nice details on this Inter shirt. I was really happy to pick up this Liverpool shirt, another great Liverpool shirt, one of my favourites. We talked about the ALS equipment one before. This one here, quite different, kind of the other end of the spectrum really. Much more of a kind of leisure shirt, but I love the high neck, and that's something which we're probably going to see more of in the coming years, but we could talk about that in another video. Really like this one. Again, great to add a sort of higher value Liverpool shirt. So this is another one I'm really happy to pick up. This is another relatively recent purchase. This is Fortuna Düsseldorf's amazing special edition shirt, which was actually made to support and help support hospitality workers and workers in the local area. There's some amazing details. The material of the shirt is fantastic, and this has got a wonderful name set as well. This shirt is in the bag in a bit of a funny way. to help preserve the sponsor. But this is the Valencia Total 90 shirt. I absolutely love this one. I did a video on this. This is one of my first shirts that I ever really loved and got me into shirts. Really, really happy to finally get this one. This is one of those on my long-term list which I was able to tick off in 2021. This next shirt will be familiar to many of you, the Norgeland, the FC Norgeland shirt. This was one of the big ones that we talked about with my work with Football Shirt Collective. I do a lot of work with them. This particular shirt was one that we were able to bring in and sell to fellow collectors. So it was really good to get this one as well for myself. I love the applications on this one. And indeed, that sponsor integration, the DHL sponsor, is so perfect for this shirt. Right at the start of the year, I was able to expand my Dortmund collection. And this is certainly one of the best shirts I've picked up this year. And this one is long sleeve and has a great number on the back. I'll show you some pictures so you can see more. So yeah, one of the luminous yellow Dortmund shirts. You don't really get the full effect on this camera here, but it is a great shirt, a very bright shirt from the legendary Drake Ramberg era. Next up is another amazing Total 90 shirt. This is the Atletico Madrid Spider-Man shirt. The Atletico Madrid with the Spider-Man sponsor, the Spider-Man 2 sponsor. In that crazy year when Atletico Madrid had several film sponsors as part of a deal with Columbia Pictures. Again, because it's Total 90, but not least the sponsor, and it's got a great name set. I'll show you some pictures, you know the drill by now. It's been a good year for my little Total 90 sub-collection. This shirt is a wonderful design from Freiburg, one of my favourite teams. I've got a bit of a love for this team. Partly because, of course, they wore Hummel for a number of years. They just switched to Nike this year. But this was last year's away shirt, and this is quite an underrated design for me. Maybe the most underrated design of my collection, I would say. It's a wonderful quartered look with a black and grey colour combo. The sponsor, this is the alternate sponsor. They've got a couple of sponsors. They're quite funny. Maybe not the most aesthetically pleasing, but they're these charming local sponsors that Freiburg have. And a great name set as well on this one. I typically try to pick up at least a Freiburg shirt every year. I've done that at least the last few years. But yeah, I think this is the most underrated shirt in my collection. Next is another amazing Boca Juniors shirt. And guys, as this video begins to enter the second half, we might be past halfway, I think now. You're going to see a lot more Boca Juniors. This one from the 1998, I think it was, Mercosur Cup. I talked about this in my recent Boca Juniors video, and you can see some more pictures on screen. With this one alongside the yellow version, which I already had. So I was so happy to find this blue version, the home cup shirt. Quite a rare number as well, so very happy to add this one along to the yellow one, which I already had. This Hummel piece shirt was one which I've been eyeing out since its release. I think this was the 2018 or 2019, I can't remember the exact year. But I finally added it to my collection in 2021. So many nice details. It's very much got that Japanese club shirt feel to it. A couple of American shirts next, starting with Oakland Roots. I hadn't picked up an Oakland Roots shirt before, but I was quite keen to get one. I love that crest design, as you can see there, guys. Such a wonderful crest. One of my favourite crests that I've seen in the past few years. This is a bright yellow shirt, much like the Dortmund kind of 90s vibe, with a very colourful sponsors. There was a lot going on in this one with a name set as well. One of the most interesting things about this one for me, though, is that swoosh. The 510, and I'm not sure exactly what that is. I'd assume that's some sort of area code or something related to the team. But a really interesting treatment there to see that number directly above the swoosh. So for that reason, and the crest as well, and just the craziness of that colour and the colourway as well of the sponsor, there's a lot of things to like about this one. And then we have this classic Portland Timber shirt. I love, again, the crest, like the Oakland Roots crest. Amazing design, very memorable design. And this is actually the full motion version, the player issue version of this year. So a lot of interesting details. If I turn it around, actually, you can see one of them on the back there, the kind of jock tag with, I believe, the state flag. But nonetheless, really, really like this one, particularly because of the technology and construction. We're approaching the home straight now, guys. We're nearly there. We're nearly to the top 5 editions of the year. Next up is a shirt that was sent to me by EA Sports and Fokker, the brand, who make a number of amazing shirts. This is one of the concept kind of shirts they did this season, which I believe was available in Ultimate Team as well. And they asked me what name I wanted on the back. I wasn't sure, so I got Phil's Corner. So you'll probably see this when the corner's back. I'll sit this back up, I'm sure, in the background. We've got another great Grêmio shirt, another great Brazilian club shirt. And this one is in long sleeves and with a name and number on the back. Jeromel, a defender I quite like getting unusual name sets, and there's another one coming up as well, which is quite funny from Brazil. But yeah, I really like this one, not least because it's Gremio, but even more so the fact it's in long sleeves. Long sleeve shirts are amazing. And look at this beautiful shirt. I wonder where you could get this. Yes, this is of course the Phil's Corner shirt at the start of the year. I knew I wanted to create a shirt for my patrons, for my Patreon. So Kit Locker, and their name is on the sleeves here as a kind of sleeve sponsor. I worked with them to create this shirt in the Nike Legend template, of course, based on the Total 90 template of the Naughties. So yeah guys, this was the home variant of the shirt, and actually next to me, I don't know, I think I've shown pictures of this on Twitter, but nonetheless, this is the away variant as well. So there you go guys, these are the shirts you can get. If you support me on Patreon, you get these kind of shirts as part of your support. We're back in Brazil with this gorgeous Palmeiras shirt, this Palmeiras third shirt. What I love so much about this one is all the patches. You've got the Libertadores patch, and of course Palmeiras just won the Libertadores again, so it'll be on their shirts again next year, as well as the Libertadores patch for when they're playing in the Continental Cup, and the previous winners patch. There's so many patches. I love it. I love shirts like this where you've got all these extra details. This is probably my favourite Brazilian purchase, and I've had quite a few this year. Brazil is quite simply the place to be for football shirts. Next up is this fantastic concept shirt from Equipo FC. Equipo, I'm not sure how you pronounce the name, but a great collective creative group from Spain, and they released this fantastic chess concept shirt. Look at that. A very simple idea, but wonderfully executed, and I'll share a few more pictures, some close-ups. They even sent me a couple of blue chess pieces for a little photo shoot that I did with the shirt. And I did this as a giveaway on my channel, on my Twitter page. This is a shirt from Wardle FC, and this is actually a competition that Icarus ran, myself and Icarus ran, where the winner of the giveaway of the competition could win a series of bespoke shirts for their team. So it's a really fun competition that myself and Icarus ran. And as you might be able to see as well on the sleeve, we even put the Phil's Corner logo. So there's a Phil's Corner sleeve sponsor with the colourway to match the shirt. So yeah, really, really nice colours on this one. It's got a number on the back as well. And really, really fun. This Japan away shirt was picked up just recently alongside the Inter Miami shirt in TK Maxx. So another bargain purchase. We're back in Brazil. This is the Sao Paulo shirt. A wonderful design with what is one of the most Brazilian looks, the kind of three stripes or stripe and pinstripe combo with the three colours. Many teams have used this sort of look. I actually got young prospect Marquinhos, and this was a young prospect who kind of burst onto the scene this season. What I like about this is the name set. Look at that, those chunky numbers with the Pez details there at the top as well. This is the Fluminense retro shirt. So again, another great item from Fanatics. And then we have this shirt from Art of Football. Art of Football, one of my favourite brands in the shirt space. They do so many creative things. And this was part of a great collection where Art of Football remixed classic shirts with famous artists. So this is, of course, a play on the Holland 88 shirt in a Van Gogh style. It looks so good, doesn't it? This is perhaps the most controversial shirt on this list. AC Milan's third shirt. What was quite funny about this one, I was sent this shirt and I was as sceptical as everyone else. Seeing the shirt in person, this one, certainly the AC Milan one, has something about it. Don't get me wrong, I don't think these are that great. I'm not as down on them as many commentators, many people in the space. But yeah, it was really funny to see this. To see it in person actually was quite good. And I would say the Milan one is the best one of the set by some distance. Now this absolutely stunning PSV shirt should be in a bag. It's not in a bag because I need to do a photo shoot with it. As I'm holding up, you can see the subliminal pattern in the body and the purple and black colour scheme. I already owned the shirt from the year previously, and that was in my collection video at the start of the year. But you can see here, guys, again, that purple and black colour scheme working to perfection. Next up is England's pre-match shirt from this year. And of course, it's been a memorable year for England. And rather than pick up the home shirt, which many people did, or the away shirt, I was really keen to pick up this pre-match shirt. And this is another tournament where the pre-match or training shirt kind of outshone the main shirt, I would say, in many ways. The collar on this one is fantastic. You all know this, I'm sure, but if I hold it up, you can see the three lines there in the collar. And of course, in the body as well, you can see it shimmering in the light. Look at those details. And speaking of the Euros, this shirt was sent to me for a giveaway that I ran for BBC and the record label for the title track of the Euros on the BBC. So if you remember the Euros, if you watch the Euros on the BBC, you remember that great song. And yeah, this is a really fun concept shirt. You can see the BBC Sport logo on the sleeve there, and there's a great detail on the back. This year, I was humbled and extremely privileged to be able to receive this Valencia shirt from Valencia. So the guys at Valencia sent me their away shirt. Probably the thing we had to talk about there is that sponsor. And just briefly, of course, crypto sponsors have come in almost out of nowhere this year. They're coming with a vengeance. So another key feature of 2021 right here. But nonetheless, this shirt is great. I don't want to get too far into that in this video. We don't want to go too deep. But this is a really, really nice shirt from Valencia. Thank you to them. I can't believe that, that this is my job. And I'm very, very privileged and thankful to be able to receive shirts like this. And the final shirt, before we get to my top 5 editions of 2021, yes guys, we've nearly made it, is the Chapecoense shirt, the third shirt, of course, a bit similar to that Gremio shirt we looked at before. And it's just a great shirt. Umbro again, absolutely smashing it this year, as they do every year. No doubt, when I do another one of these videos in a year's time, there'll be at least a few Umbro third shirts again. Because they are just so good. And a really, really strong design for Chapecoense. But now we've come to the top 5. And I cannot hype this enough. I am so excited to show you guys these shirts. I think I've shown you at least a few of these on here before. But there's one which I've yet to show you. And I cannot believe I own it. Genuinely, this is my best ever pickup. Number 1 on this list is my best ever shirt. It's the best shirt in my collection now. At number 5 is Boca Juniors home shirt. So this is this season's Boca Juniors shirt. The retro crest, the Adidas player issue material. If I flip it over the back, we've got the name and number. We talked about this shirt in my Boca Juniors video, but I was so happy to pick this one up because it's not easy to find in player issue over here. But a fellow collector in Argentina was able to send it over. And this just represents one of my favourite things about collecting shirts. Working with others in the community, picking up these amazing shirts from countries and shirts which are otherwise quite hard to find. One of my favourite shirts of the year, without a doubt. Boca Juniors, I've really grown to love them more and more this year. And I really think this shirt is one of their best for a long, long time. Not just because of the retro crest, although that is great. All the other details and just the look and feel of this shirt is so good. Next up is this amazing SK brand blackout shirt, and just as I hold this up to the light, you can see, look at the colours there, look at the colours dancing off the applications. How cool is this? Again, like the Boca Juniors shirt, this was picked up thanks to a fellow collector, this time in Norway. And just holding this up to the light, I absolutely love the way these applications have been made. It's a really creative idea. Of course, I've seen so many blackout shirts over the last couple of years, but I love the way that this has been done. The creativity, the style of the applications, and it's the same throughout the shirt on the back as well. It's just so cool to see the end effect, and you can really see it now with the lights. I've got a couple of lights, and you can really see, look at all those colours, the iridescent applications. It looks so good. Just look at it, guys. I mean, you guys know that I love interesting applications and construction technology. And this very much ticks that box. A wonderful effort from SK Brand. And you know what? I can't just stop moving this shirt and seeing those colours dance off the front there. Look at that. How good is that? How good is that? It looks so good. Oh my days. This is what it's all about, guys. But now in bronze position, in third position, is this amazing Boca Juniors home shirt. I talked about this one again in my Boca Juniors video, so do check that out, guys, for more. But it's such a good shirt. It's got all the trimmings of an early 90s Adidas shirt, the wonderful 3 stripes on the sleeves there stitched in, the classic Parmalat sponsor, and it is just the quintessential Boca Juniors shirt. It's certainly one of my favourites, and I would argue one of the best Boca Juniors shirts of all time. Boca Juniors are quite simply just on another level. Their shirts are on another level. In second place is the amazing Dortmund 97, was it? I can't remember what year it was. I think it's the 97 Champions League away shirt. A shirt which was never actually worn in the game. Dortmund actually wore the home variant of this right up until the final where they switched into next season's shirt. But this away version is so good. It's one of those really beautiful shirts which is quite rare to find in long sleeves. And it's even got a flocked number 10 on the back. But 90s Dortmund, 90s Nike, I've talked about it so much. What I love about this one is that the fluorescent yellow colour is actually used quite sparingly. It's there on the collar, on the crest, on some of the details. But it's predominantly a black and white shirt. with those little pops of fluorescent yellow. It looks great. And really this one, of course, has so much meaning for me because it was the one that I wore in my brief interview on the BBC, and I was actually on BBC Breakfast this year, which is certainly a career highlight. It was really funny, and I had a lot of people and friends and family saying that they saw me on the telly. I can't believe that I got that opportunity, and thank you to the BBC for that. As soon as I knew I was going to be on BBC Breakfast, I knew I had to bring out the big gun, so I picked up this one at the start of the year. And yeah, when I had that interview, I had to wear this one. Of course, what else could I wear? This was previously the best shirt in my collection, but it has been beaten by another shirt. And what could possibly be better than this? Before I start waffling on, I'm just going to spend a bit of time just holding this shirt up. Look at it, guys. This is without a doubt the best shirt in my collection now. And many of you, of course, if you watched the Boca Juniors video, I referenced this shirt. Soon after that, I was able to pick this up. Oh man, it is without a doubt the best shirt in my collection. The Boca Juniors shirt, which is of course in the same template as West Germany's shirt, but it's a Boca Juniors shirt in that style. It's so nice. This is one of the oldest shirts. I think it might be the oldest shirt in my collection now, from the late 80s. It's so good. I talked about this in the video before, about how the fact that you've got this template, which still has that sense of Boca Juniors, given that it's got that yellow central line. It's so cool that in this template, and you've got the 3 stripes, you know, it's still got that kind of Boca Juniors aesthetic of the blue and gold. The blue and then the gold band through the middle. But I just can't believe I own this shirt. I mean, just looking now, I'm just watching my screen as I'm recording this. The fact that I was able to pick up this shirt and the Dortmund shirt next to me is kind of ridiculous. I can't believe it. I just cannot believe that I own this shirt. So there we have it, guys. All the shirts that I added to my collection in 2021. It's been such a good year for the collection. Without a doubt, these 2 next to me have been my favourite purchase, but there's been others as well, and I've been very privileged to have been sent a few shirts as well. And really, guys, as we end this video, I just want to say as well, and encourage you really, that no matter what type of collector you are, whether you've picked up a couple of little purchases over the year, or whether you're into match-worns and you've spent thousands of pounds, there's no hierarchy when it comes to collecting. Just because your budget is different to another collector, it doesn't mean your collection is any better or worse. One of the great things about collecting is that it is a space for everyone. And I would really encourage you guys, maybe this year you've been inspired to start collecting. And just start. Set yourself a budget. Be really strict with that budget if you can. And find those places, maybe it's eBay, maybe it's other collectors on Twitter, where you can pick up shirts, set some long-term goals, just enjoy this hobby, because it is a hobby. And of course, like any hobby, you can get really into it and you can start collecting, again, match-worn shirts and stuff like that. But actually, you can also just dabble. And for many years, I would just pick up 1 or 2 shirts in a year. And I really enjoyed that. And this year, I'll spend a lot more time doing it, partly because it's my job. But yeah, I would just encourage you, maybe 2022, maybe next year. New Year's resolutions are a bit of a silly thing, aren't they? But maybe your resolution could just be just to start a collection. And please do reach out to me on here or on Twitter. If I can help in any way, give some advice, give some tips, I'll be very happy to do that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please subscribe. Again, if you're new to the channel or you've been watching these videos but you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button, become a subscriber, support this channel. And you know what? I wasn't going to do this, but I'm actually going to do a spontaneous giveaway. So guys, if you made it to the end of this video, comment with your favourite 5 shirts on the video. Christmas is coming up. I'm feeling quite spontaneous. I'm feeling quite generous. We're going to do a giveaway, a spontaneous giveaway. So I'm going to be giving away one of the shirts that I had on the hanger. So not one of the bag shirts, not one of the shirts next to me. But comment with your top 5 shirts of the video and make sure you include a few that are on the hangers in that kind of middle section of the video. And I'm going to give away 2 shirts. So again, guys, comment with your top 5 shirts that you've seen in this video, top 5 of the shirts that I've showed you. And make sure you include at least a few of the ones that are on hangers, so not in the bags. And I'm going to give away 2. All you need to do is like the video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment. And you'll be entered in to win 2 shirts. I haven't picked the shirts yet. I'll have to go away and think about the shirts I want to give away. Again, you can't just say, I want a Boca Juniors shirt, because I won't be giving away any of the Boca Juniors shirts. But anyway, that's a giveaway. So spontaneous giveaway, why not? I wasn't planning to do that, but I've got to the end of this and realised, you know what, you guys have been such a support to this channel. I couldn't do the job that I do without you. So there you go, you've got a chance to win a shirt from my collection. And yeah, thank you once again for watching, guys. Thank you to my supporters on Patreon. Hope you have a great Christmas period. And I'll see you for 2022. So have a good couple of weeks. All the best. See you the other side.